Gary Pasquis and Greg Katz here to talk about some of the important position battles that are going on right now with USC spring ball as the Trojans are getting closer to the end of spring. Obviously, the quarterback position right now, nothing is settled in terms of Cody Kessler, Max Wittick, how this is going to play out. Max Brown in it as well, but it's really a two-horse race at this point. And even though Wittick did miss a week of practice with an injured knee, I think you're looking at it right now and saying this is as even as a competition can get through 3 weeks of spring ball.
I think it's getting even tighter because last week I looked at Wittick as kind of rounding back into form, and I think Kessler has asserted himself at this point. He's had the opportunities. I think he has come through, but I'm not going to discount Max Wittick at all because really this week and next week, I think they're going to go into fall camp, and it's going to be neck and neck.
I think the main point you make is that Cody Kessler has said, I am going to be part of this competition. It wasn't a case of Max Wittick coming in spring and making it a coronation. No, Cody Kessler is going to be part of this heading into fall. And then at tailback, there's no question who the starter is going to be. It's going to be Silas Redd in the fall, but Silas had a knee injury. He's out all spring, and so his backups have gotten a lot of looks. We're talking DJ Morgan, Buck Allen, and the freshman Justin Davis has been very impressive.
Well, you know what? I think we'll start with the last name first, Justin Davis. I think his performance, along with Buck Allen, has made the competition a coach's dream, really. DJ Morgan, apparently he's going to be okay from his injury. It's a nice problem to have. They all bring something to the table, and I don't think Trojan fans are going to have to worry about who lines up at tailback behind Silas Redd.
And then flipping over to the defensive side of the ball, at the will inside linebacker spot, you have Hayes Poulard at the Mike spot, but at the will spot, you have Anthony Sorrow and you have Lamar Dawson. And I think this has been probably the best competition of camp so far. Lane Kiffin has said many times, Lamar Dawson is the most improved player of spring, but he hasn't been able to beat out Sorrow for the starting spot yet. Those two are going neck and neck the entire way.
Well, there are actually two different types of players. Clancy Pendergrass told us that if you like within the confined area, Sorrow is the big hitter, but out in space, it's Lamar Dawson. So it's really, it could be a situational thing come the fall about who needs to be in there depending on down and distance.
And then if you go back to the secondary, that's a spot where things are very interesting. There are a ton of safeties, but I don't think anything's going to be settled at that spot, particularly with the fact that you don't know where Deion Bailey's going to be. I think most everyone expects him to be back at safety, but you've also got Josh Shaw. You've got Demetrius Wright, who's been looking very good. You have the two freshmen. Sua Cravens has absolutely been as good as advertised, and Leon McQuay is a big hitter. So a lot of bodies back there, but we're not going to know how things shake out until the fall rolls around.
Well, I think the log jam within the safeties is not the problem. I think it's really saying, where does Bailey actually fit in? I think the big issue is at corner. I think that they have some real serious challenges at corner. When Seymour comes back from injury, I think he'll short up a little bit. But I think that either the wide receivers are that great, and I actually do think they are really good, or the corners have to really improve their play, which I think is also true.
That is the case right now. Kevon Seymour, a likely starter at one of those spots. He's been down with some injury. You have guys like Anthony Brown, Ryan Henderson, who I think has been playing some good football this spring. And then the freshman Chris Hawkins, he's definitely opening some eyes as saying he might be in that mix. And then Torrin Harris as well. It's going to be real interesting to see how those guys play out. It's a new system back there. The corners being a lot more aggressive. So seeing how those guys adjust will go a long way in the fall. For Greg Katz, this is Gary Pasquis, ESPN.